itu perbezaan debenture dengan mortgage. Saya rasa kalau itu pemimpin BN macam Teng Chang Yao pun tak faham apa perbezaan dengan debenture dengan itu mortgage, saya rasa itu amat membimbangkan kerana mereka tak tahu, tak faham langsung tentang instrumen kewangan. Sekiranya debenture dengan pajakan adalah sama, saya rasa sistem kewangan kita akan hancur sama sekali. Our whole financial system will collapse because debenture and mortgage, property charge and property mortgage is different thing. A debenture and a property charge are two different things. If they are the same, there is now claim by BN that our entire financial system in the country will collapse because they are different. One is a secured debt, the other is an unsecured debt. If both are the same, then I must say that the whole financial system will collapse because they are different. And this has been right from the very beginning. Debenture 华文叫什么？
信用债券。
信用债券，信用债券跟这个产业抵押是完全两样的。信用债券是有保障，信用债券是没有保障，产业体验是有，产业抵押是有保障的。如果两个是被困在一起，认为是一样，我们整个国家的金融的结构将会崩溃。So I hope that this matter can be clarified. They are now claiming that the debenture is a charge, and from then on they make the accusation that we have issued a title, but we have not issued a title. A debenture is not a property charge. There are two different financial instruments. A debenture is an unsecured debt. A property charge is a secured debt. A debenture is that they have a debenture over all assets, present and future, including, let's say, if that land is finally transferred to them, they have a hold over that. But their priority will be the last. Only after all the secured debtors have claimed their money, then only they can claim. That is the difference. 所以大家明白吗？如果是有保障的，就是说你有优先权；你没有保障的是没有优先权。它的呢，就是所有有保障的、有抵押的那个产业，他先拿钱，如果有剩，才由你拿。所以这个不是一个产业抵押，因为不是一个产业抵押，当然是没有地契了。因为他们说，什么那个什么债券啊？信用债券 ，OK， 这个信用债券跟这个产业抵押是一样。如果是一样的话，我们的那个法律，我们的金融结构完蛋。What is it? Sorry.
No, he's asking what is debenture in English.
Debenture is the same. They use the same word. Yeah, they use the same word. So in that respect, we are disappointed that even Teng Chang doesn't seem to understand the difference between a debenture and a property charge, and I find that quite shocking. If you don't understand the financial instruments, if you don't understand the difference between a debenture and a property charge, after so many years as EXCO, indeed, I think it is a revelation for Penang Knights on that competency level of the previous government. 如果连这个信用债券跟这个产业抵押分不清，我看这个是让人家大跌眼镜。我看地上全部有玻璃碎，做了行政议员这样久，做了政府这样久，连这个这样基本的金融的这个债券也分不清，真的是大跌眼镜。 一个是有保障，另外一个没有保障，不能够混合在一起。一混车，如果是两个你把它混合在一起，分不清，这样我们整个金融结构就崩溃了。所以就是因为这样，我们说国政现在是在讲骗话，为了不要还剩下的钱，现在在讲骗话，连这个虽然是证明他们的无知，也要搬出来讲。我希望他们不要找借口，不要还钱，不要找借口，不要还钱。Rasa jelas, mereka nak cari alasan, tak mau bayar. Itulah sebab mereka menggunakan itu taktik-taktik sedemikian, using such tactics to try to avoid making full payment. We're now claiming that there is a what do you call that? A title already issued, and we say it's not issued. It is still not issued. We have checked. It is not issued. That's number one. I hope that can be published because it was not published. When they say publish, we pay, but when we reply, it's not published at all. So I don't think that was that is fair not to give us that opportunity to explain. Hey, hello. And the question of full payment. Now, as far as KRIDC is concerned, they have made full payment, but subject to condition that they must get a license. So they know that if they cannot get a license, then they will not be able to get a title and will refund the money. But they have also indicated that they are agreeable to the government selling this land to BN, as we have said. And of course, if they get a license, they are agreeable to the government selling off their land, because as I said, it's such a long time. They have no problem, provided of course you pay all their expenses that have incurred. Because finally, they also admit that the government has the final say whether yes or no. You must know that this is not a simple land sale. A simple land sale is different. You pay money, you sell. This is a land sale by open tender for a private hospital. You don't get a private hospital license, how? So they haven't got the private hospital license. But let's say if you get a private hospital license, we still have the final say whether to give it to you or not, because it is the sole right, absolute right of the state whether they want to issue title. So if you have got a license, you don't get the title, then of course we will not only refund the money, we have to pay you some of the expenses you've incurred. Only expenses only, not other profits. So I think that would not be, because it's still at the early stage, that would not be very high. Only the expenses incurred. So I think that is not a problem. For them, they understand. Yes.
Do you have any comment on Deng Zhangmiao's statement today that it was a dishonorable act to accept payment from two parties?
How can it be a dishonorable act? Number one, the first sale by open tender was subject to them getting a license, and that they have agreed. And the reason why they have to pay in full is to show to the Health Ministry that they will have that land by paying in full. Otherwise, they cannot issue. You must also understand, the Health Ministry cannot just issue like this. They want to have evidence that you have actually made the purchase in full to show that you have the financial strength or you have the financial ability to do so. And as I mentioned just now, I think he should know, as a former state EXCO member, so long as the title is not issued, it still remains with the state government. And the state government has the right to decide whether or not to give it to you. Of course, if we don't, then we give you back the money. And like in this case, since they have not got a license, you give them back the money and then that's the end of the matter. But if they got a license, then you just pay for the expenses incurred only. And how much can it be? No, the expenses incurred involved. So here, yeah, they are paying 450 ringgit per square feet. So we sold it by open tender at 232. Oh, there's a difference there. There is a difference there. And this is where this will profit the state government. So how can that be dishonorable when it is the state government? Kalau ada apa-apa manfaat adalah kepada kerajaan negeri yang akan gunakan wang ini untuk bina rumah mampu milik. Yang seperti yang saya cakap, kita telah peruntukkan 11 ekar di Jalan SW Celaya. Ya, ish.
Diorang ni terlalu banyak alasan, so mungkin kerajaan negeri nak berubah fikiran untuk tak membatalkan.
Bukan, kita akan bagi sampai 4. Kerana ish pun tahu, mereka sekarang ambil banyak alasan yang bukan-bukan. Sampai yang bukan durian pun boleh cakap adalah durian. Debenture ini bukan durian. Oh, dia cakap ini durian. So itulah alasan yang dia gunakan untuk cuba tak bayar. So ini pertama. Tapi kita cakap kita sudah bagi 1 bulan sampai 4 hari bulan Disember berdasarkan 2 syarat. Satu, perak capital berbayar tak boleh RM2 lah, mesti dinaikkan. Kedua, pemegang saham dan ahli lembaga pengarah mestilah Ting Chang Yao dan pemimpin BN. Tak boleh orang-orang yang tidak dikenali sebagai pemimpin BN. Okey. So yang saya nak jelaskan hari ini ialah yang pertama, jangan cari alasan untuk tak mau bayar. Kita telah bagi lagi 1 bulan. Sekarang mereka tidak cakap tentang itu alasan lagi. Yang kedua, dia pula cari alasan baru bahawa kita telah keluarkan hak milik strata. Kita tipu. Bila kita tak tipu, yang sebenarnya tipu mereka. Kerana debenture dengan pajakan adalah berlainan. Yang ketiga, seperti yang saya sebut, memang adalah hak seperti mana yang kita tulis dalam itu surat perjanjian bahawa itu berdasarkan dapat lesen hospital swasta. Okay. 所以我希望这个国政不要再指鹿为马，快把钱交出来，不要找借口。而且如果是邓章耀啊，根本不能够分，还是指鹿为马。我看好像刚才我所讲的，我们大跌眼镜，做一个行政院到今天还分不出debenture 跟这个 charge， 同样的时候也是找借口不要交钱出来，虽然钱已经有。